Hello students, today we are going to start part 3 of the chapter Law and Social Justice, class 8th, Social Science. In this video we'll study about the topic new laws to protect the environment, as we have discussed in the previous videos about the Bhopal gas tragedy in 1984. So in 1984 there were very few laws protecting the environment in India, and there was hardly any enforcement of these laws. The environment was treated as a free entity and any industry could pollute the air and water without any restrictions. It means at that time on the industries there were no so much restrictions to check the pollution, whether it was our rivers, air, groundwater. The environment was being polluted and the health of people disregarded, as we have seen in the example of Bhopal gas tragedy, Union Carbide. This factory, Union Carbide, due to gas leakage, environment was destroyed, the people perished and many became handicapped and suffered. Still today they are suffering. In this way, not only was UC a beneficiary of lower safety standards, it didn't have to spend any money to clean up the pollution. So to protect money, it did not adopt the safety measures. In the USA, this is a necessary part of the production process. So in the USA, Union Carbide, as we have compared in the previous video, that it adopted very modern equipments for safety and measures of the safety protection of the workers, etc. The Bhopal disaster brought the issue of environment to the forefront. Several thousands of persons who are not associated with the factory in any way were greatly affected because of the poisonous gases leaked from the plant. You know that many people were perished and they were killed, they became handicapped, right? They lost their eyes and suffered with so many diseases. Even they were not the part of this factory. They did not work here, they did not live there near about the factory, but in that particular area or surroundings, the people were suffering. This made people realize that the existing laws, though weak, only cover the individual worker and not persons who might be injured and due to industrial accidents like Bhopal gas tragedy. In response to this pressure from environmental activists and others, in the years following the Bhopal gas tragedy, the Indian government introduced new laws on the environment. Henceforth, the polluter was to be held accountable for the damage done to environment, like industries. The environment is something that people over generations will share, and it could not be destroyed merely for industrial development. So you can develop your industrial arena, industrial sector, but you should not destroy the environment. As we have taken the example of this destruction due to gas leakage in UC plant. So the Indian government passed the act in 1986. Dear students, you have to remember, it was called Environment Protection Act. Environment Protection Act 1986. So this act was passed by the Indian government in the Indian Parliament, enacted this act of 1986 under Article 253 of the Constitution. In March 1986 it was passed and it was implemented, or it came into force on 19th of November 1986. So in this way you have to keep these things in your mind. The Act of 1986 authorizes the central government to protect and improve environment quality. environment quality, control and reduce pollution from all sources, and prohibit or restrict the setting and or operation of any industrial facility on environmental grounds. The courts also have given a number of judgments upholding the right to a healthy environment as uh, intrinsic to the fundamental right to life. Right to life, as you know, that it is given in Article 21 of the Constitution. As we have taken the example in the previous video, here one more example is here, Subhash Kumar versus State of Bihar 1991. This case, the Supreme Court held that the right to life is a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution, and it includes the right to the enjoyment of pollution free water and air for full enjoyment of life. It means if water is polluted, if air is polluted, so it will be directly harm to right to life, Article 21, and the people will be facing the violation of this fundamental right, because due to polluted water or polluted air we can get many diseases, and it might be possible that due to the diseases the people can die. The government is responsible for setting up laws and procedures that can check pollution. So to protect environment against pollution, clean rivers and introduced heavy fines for those who pollute like industries. So let's discuss about it. Environment as a public facility. Environment is considered as public facility because good environment is necessary for all the people living in particular society. In recent years, while the courts have come out with strong orders on environmental issues, these have sometimes affected people's livelihoods adversely. For instance, the courts directed industries in residential areas in Delhi to close down or shift out of the city. Several of these industries were polluting the neighborhood, and discharge from these industries was polluting the river Yamuna because they had been set up without following the rules. But while the court's action solved one problem, it created another. Because of the closure, many workers lost their jobs. So due to the closure of these kinds of production units, many people lost their jobs, and others were forced to go to far away places where these factories had relocated. So where the industries were reset up or relocated, so the people have to move very far away, and the same problem now began to come up in these areas. For now, these places became polluted, and the issue of the safety conditions of workers remained unaddressed. It means still the workers have to work in unsafe working conditions, or poor working conditions. Recent research on environmental issues in India has highlighted the fact that the growing concern for environment among the middle classes is often at the expense of the poor. So for example, slums need to be cleaned as part of a city's beautification drive, or as in the case above, a polluting factory is moved to the outskirts of the city. And while this awareness of the need for a clean environment is increasing, there is little concern for the safety of workers themselves. So we have talked about the beautification of the city when slums are removed from the center of the cities. Many examples we have like Mumbai, and we will study in the upcoming classes about Paris city in history, right? So while this awareness of the need for a clean environment is increasing, but the concern is very little about the safety of workers themselves. So here we'll discuss about a challenge. What is the main challenge? The challenge is to find the solutions where everyone can benefit from a clean environment. As we have discussed that somebody can think about the clean environment, but due to the cleanliness of environment and cleanliness or beautification of the city, other people can adversely affect it. Clear? So here we have to find the solution where everyone can benefit. One way this can be done is to gradually move to cleaner technologies and processes in factories. So in factories, it should be adopted or implemented where cleaner technologies and processes should be maintained. The government has to encourage and support factories to do this. It will need to find those who pollute, means on the industries pollute environment, water, air, etc. So they can be fined. This will ensure that the workers' livelihoods are protected and both workers and communities living around the factories enjoy a safe environment. So environment will be safe and the workers as well as they will find the work in the factories in their surrounding. So dear students, in this way we have discussed this topic. Here we can see one more thing. Advanced countries are relocating the toxic and hazardous industries to developing countries to take advantage of the weaker laws in these countries and keep their own countries safe. Like USA. In the USA, UC adopted all the measures of safety, but in India, it set up the branch in Bhopal. It could not adopt. It means it did not want to adopt the measure of safety. So South Asian countries, particularly India, Bangladesh and Pakistan, play host for industries producing pesticides and asbestos or processing zinc and lead. Shipbreaking is another hazardous industry that is growing rapidly in South Asia. Old ships, no longer in use, are sent to shipyards in Bangladesh and India for scrapping. These ships contain potentially dangerous and harmful substances. So this photo shows workers breaking down a ship in Alang, Gujarat. So it also pollutes water and environment. So this is the great loss for the developing countries like poor countries, Bangladesh, Pakistan, India of South Asia, right, and other countries of Africa. So in this way, developed countries keep safe their own countries and they pollute the developing countries. So dear students, in this way we have completed this.